Hey everyone, so on this week's episode of Make It with Calvin, I have some Proto-Pasta sample filament coils here in their copper, bronze, and brass filament, and figured, you know what, let me show you a fun little project you can do for the Christmas season using material like this. And really what I mean is what you can do with the end of a spool filament. So let's dive into it. So obviously it's the Christmas season, pretty much just the holiday season depending upon what you celebrate. But the point is, a lot of us probably don't have as much free time as we wish we did. And obviously when it comes to making last minute presents, we all know 3D printing is great, but it's not always the fastest. So I figured, you know what, let me show you something that you can do using not a lot of material, not a lot of time, a little bit of creativity, and probably stuff that you've got lying around you can beg, borrow, and steal off of people that you know. So let's dive in. So this kind of was an accidental, hybridization project between me and Ashley over at Chip Builds. In short, she had come up with some really cool laser cuttable pendants to make earrings and necklaces and ornaments and things like that in the shape of a Christmas tree light bulb. Well, she ended up sending me the files for that to test, which worked fine, but I got to thinking those are cool, but they're pretty big. So with her permission, I took the files into Adobe Illustrator. Shout out to my Illustrator instructor. You know who you are if you're watching this. Thank you very much for teaching me. Took it in there, scaled it down smaller, and the problem is when I scale it down smaller, the little notches in there that represent the threading on a light bulb, well, that just wasn't going to show up in the 3D print. So I went in there, deleted the original ones, made them a little bit bigger, ran a couple of test prints, and obviously I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but it worked a lot better. The other problem is, because it had to be scaled down, the openings on the back that you could stick a jump ring, which is just a circle that is cut that you can pinch, you can pry open and then pinch shut, was not going to work. It was just too delicate and it was not going to print properly. So I also went in there and enlarged that as well. And this is what I pretty much came up with. Now, if you want to get the files, you'll have to go over to Ashley's video because she has them over there. But this is what I ended up making with them. So here's what I ended up doing with them. I turned them into a custom, actually 2 pairs of earrings for someone that I know. And it was a pretty simple project. I got lucky, and the local Dollar Tree has just an amazing crafting section. They had some jump rings, and then I was able to get off of her some earring supplies, which was great because it saved me having to go to a crowded Joann's, which is always fun, and pretty much just made them up. Now, obviously, you can use these for whatever you want, and you do not have to use Proto-Pasta filament, although anybody who's known me on the channel long enough knows I'm a huge fan of their stuff. The nice thing about this is they're very fast print. I think it took longer for my Artillery 3D Sidewinder X1 to heat everything up than it did to actually print them. So the nice thing is you can print up a whole boatload of these in whatever material, and they don't take a lot of material, they don't take a lot of time. Now when it came to finishing them, obviously you could sand them, but with something this size, you're going to probably spend more time sanding your fingerprints off than actually sanding the parts. So I ended up just putting them into my rotary tumbler with a bit more wire than I normally use and some stainless steel pin media. Let it run for about a day and a half, 2 days, and they turned out pretty good. They're not perfect, but you know what? They look a lot better than they did before. So I hope you found this useful. And obviously, you are more than welcome to scale up the model as you see fit. But like I said, I tried to make these smaller. And as I said before, if you want to go download the models, go check out Ashley's video. I'll have cards and all that magical stuff pop out. As for me, I need to go finish up a few more last minute things. See you here next time on Make It with Calvin. Have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that stuff. Hope to see you in 2021. If we all make it there, see you next time.